Okay, guys, I'm just gonna do a quick summary about the timing the magnetos. Now, first thing you want to know is you're gonna get the service manual out. You're always gonna have that out, even if you've been doing this for 30, 40, 50 years. You always still want the service manual out because engines, even though it's just a great way to verify your work, to make sure that you know what you know, or confirms what you know. And likewise, if you don't know what you're doing, the service manual is the best thing to do. So anyways, on this Continental 470, we have 6 cylinders, 1 2 3 4 5 6, and what you notice about this Continental is engine 1, or cylinder 1, is located on the very right back of the engine. So if you're looking from a pilot's point of view, the first cylinder is located. What's going on, man?
I'm out of here.
Yeah?
See you.
See you later. Have a good one. Anyways, the first cylinder is located right here on these Continentals. And like homing, I think it's the other way around, where the first cylinder is located on the left. I'm not exactly sure, but you'd have to look. But either way, they're labeled 1, 3, 3, 5, if you're not sure.
You in there?
Yeah, I'm just quickly reviewing what we learned on the video. It's like it. But anyways, so what we did was, when we timed these couplings, we wanted to, the reason why we need to know the cylinders, because we need top dead center. So the way to find top dead center is usually you'd have someone put their, one way to do it is when you take the spark plug out, you just put your finger right there, and then you can feel it. You can actually feel it as you move the propeller, but that's not the way I would recommend doing it. The way I'd recommend doing it is looking at right here. It says TC, top center, and you want to, in the service manual, it will say 20 degrees before top center, and that's on each one. You'll see it. And anyway, so what you're doing is you're moving the propeller slowly to the 20-degree mark. So because I'm only one person, it's going to be difficult, but you're looking for this mark right here. So we want it to line up with the TC right, or that's top center. So we want to go all the way down to the 20 degrees for the magnetos. So we're gonna go like this. That's before. So we're kind of, well, we're not even on the deal anymore. We went too far. We'll go back. Almost there, just a little bit. Nope, too far up. So go back a little bit more. Too far down. Too far. Not quite. Where are we at? Ooh, we're going to the wrong direction. Too far up, just a little bit more. So we're about not quite there. .28 degrees. Just a hair more, but you can tell that once we're on the 20 degrees, we should be pretty close. Just a little bit more. So we want to be lined up. We're still here on our 20 mark, just right there. So we want to go back Sometimes it's easier when you have someone looking. Keep really close. That's about right. See, we're pretty much lined up. Okay, so good. So once we get it lined up, and the way, like I said, you could feel the compression as it goes to top center, top dead center, but this one's at 20 degrees. That's what the Magneto timing is a good call for. What it is when you unscrew these couplings, or these magnetos, there's a gearbox, or there's a gear in here, and which is gonna, that is associated with this wheel. So as this wheel moves at 20 degrees, it's going to move this wheel at 20 degrees, in which you're going to time this. This is the viewing window right here of the magneto, and what you're going to look for is specifically the red, or not the red, there's a chamfered, whatever you call it. It's a distinct gear out of all the gears on the wheel. It's a distinct gear where it's chamfered. The other ones are all squared off, the gears, but this one is a little bit more at an angle, and that's the one you're going to time into the timing window here, and you want it like dead in the center. Usually people mark it by having it either colored red or some sort of a marking indication where it's very clear. But if you don't have any markers at all, you look at the different gears and you look at which gear is different from all the other gears, and there's only one, and that's going to be the timing gear, the chamfered gear. And so anyways, you're going to kind of want it to relatively about centered right here. And so when you do it, so when you put it in centered, you're going to want, once you get it centered here and you got it at about, you know, this is going to be around 45 degrees, not give or take, but we're going to come in back with the buzz box and really kind of fine tune it. But meantime, you screw it on pretty good, evenly on both sides. Once you get this into the gear coupling here, after you've done the 20 degrees or whatever the manufacturer calls for, and then you're going to let's see, once you got this, then you're going to get the buzz box. The buzz box is gonna we have the P lead right here, so we're gonna put two leads on. We're gonna put from the the buzz box is gonna have 3 cords coming out of it, and one cord's gonna go to the left mag P lead, one cord's gonna go to the right mag P lead, and then one's gonna be ground, so you can ground it to here or whatever, the frame or whatever. And that's gonna be the P lead right there. You're gonna want to put it there, and to this one right here on the right, on the left, to this thing, to this one right here. So anyways, and then you're going to want to ground it right there. Now the buzz box, it's going to have 2 color indications, as you've seen in the other video, and the way the buzz box works is when you've got this all timed perfectly the way it is, it should go off. It should go off, it should buzz, and it'll turn to the color it's supposed to turn, so orange on each side. Now orange on each side, if it's not, and it'll tell you, and that will be the indication that it is timed correctly. The orange light here, orange light there, if one of the lights are off, that means one of the boxes, or one of the these magnetos is off. And in this case, when you screw it in, you want to make sure you screw it tight enough where it's not moving all around, but you also want to make sure where it's not too tight where you can just fine tune adjust it so the light does come on. If you're having a problem with this, if you're having a problem trying to get to time correctly, one of the problems you could be facing is that the gear itself is, or right here, when you go and twist to the back here to move the gear inside this box, sorry, my terminology is terrible, you to turn, it could be very well fighting the there's a where the magnets, the north and the south, come together, and you can feel the friction of the two as the two magnets come together. And anyways, you could be fighting that, and which can make it hard to time this. But once you get that, and you'll be able to you know, which moves this. But anyway, I'm sorry, but I'm not very good at explaining it. I just know what I'm talking about. Well, not really, but anyways. And that's pretty much what you're doing. Is once you time it, if you time it correctly, the buzz box will go off, and you will have the two colors correctly. And once that is correct, then you want to tighten it back up to where it's supposed to be, like really tighten it back down. And then to test it, you'd go back and just barely go back the propeller. You always want to set yourself up in a position where you're not going to get cut in half if something goes off. But anyways, you're going to go back and forth just a little bit. And that's about. Gonna go back and forth, and which is a little bit, and that's what's gonna help you. You know, it's what it is one. Okay, there's a tolerance of 1 degree total for the lights, because the lights won't exactly. Sometimes the lights won't exactly land, flicker. One on the left lead might turn on before the right lead, and so forth, so on. So you have 1 degree tolerance total. And with the 1 degree tolerance, what you can do is hey, what's going on? Yeah, I was just reviewing mags. We just did the timing of the mags, and so it's pretty straightforward. Well, all I'm saying is that anyways, all I was saying was that on the distributor, or not the distributor, on the Magneto, is what it is when they light up on the left and the right, on the buzz box, sometimes they don't tend to light up exactly at the same time. And if that doesn't happen, you know, as long as it's, you know, you're looking at, remember where we adjusted at the 20 degrees before, top dead center? So if it's, if say, you know, the right box, as you're moving the propeller up and down, the right box churns on. So I'm going to draw a quick picture here. Here's our Magneto box, or our buzz box. Nice little buzz box with 3 leads. You know, 1 mag, and right mag, left Magneto, buzz box. Okay, and then on off switch. Sure. Okay. So anyways, now this light might go on before this light, and in the back where that belt was, you know, if this comes on a degree, if this comes on say at 20 degrees, and this comes on at 19 degrees, that's fine. You know, as long as it's 1 as long as it's 1 degree difference. So you could go on at 21 degrees, and this could go on at 20 degrees. That's fine. 1 degree difference again for 20.5 and 21.5. 1 degree. But if it's more than 1 degree, like 19 degree and 21 degree, that's a no-no. No, because it's more than 1 degree. So all I'm saying is that the tolerance for level is 1 degree and no more than that for when you are doing this, when you are testing it, moving the propeller, and that's about it. Now remember, the leading edge cuts into the wind, so what you're going to do, the leading edge cuts into the wind, so what you're going to do is you're going to bring it down a little and try to reset this buzz box to test it. And you're going to go up very slow, just by, bumping your hand up against it, and you're going to try to see. So you're going to go back behind the engine, as you remember, so a little, and as you remember, a little, and you're going to look for that 20 degree mark right there and make sure. This is a side view of it, obviously, but you remember what it looks like, where the alternator, then you got your alternator right here, but this is what, yeah, so remember that, and that's how you time your magneto. Sounds good.